Hello, everyone. Today, I have an interesting story to share with you. This story is about a young woman who travels to London and faces a challenge in a restaurant because she doesn't speak English very well. Many people who are learning English like you might face similar situations when traveling to an English-speaking country. By listening to this story, you will see how important it is to learn practical sentences for daily life, like how to order food in a restaurant. At the end of the story, I will give you a list of useful phrases and their meanings. So, let's begin the story. My name is Anna and I'm from Spain. Last year, I decided to visit London for the first time. I was so excited because I had always dreamed of seeing Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, and riding in one of those famous red buses. But I was also nervous because my English was not very good. On my second day in London, I wanted to try some traditional British food. I found a small, cozy restaurant near my hotel. The sign outside said, "Traditional British cuisine," so I thought, perfect. As I walked in, the waiter smiled and said, "Good evening. Table for one." I smiled back and said, "Yes, please." I was proud that I understood him. He showed me to a table and handed me a menu. The menu was in English, of course, and I didn't understand many of the words. I saw things like bangers and mash, shepherd's pie, and toad in the hole. I had no idea what these dishes were. The waiter came back and asked me, "Are you ready to order?" I panicked. I pointed to one of the dishes on the menu and said, "This one, please." The waiter smiled and asked, "How do you like your meat cooked? Rare, medium, or well done?" I froze. I didn't understand what he was asking. I stared at him, confused. He repeated the question, "Rare, medium, or well done?" I remembered the word rare from my English class. I thought it meant special. So I smiled and said, "Rare, please." The waiter smiled back and said, "Excellent choice." When the food came, I was so hungry. But when I looked at my steak, I was shocked. It was very red inside, almost raw. I said, "Excuse me, I think the meat is not cooked." The waiter said, "That's rare, madam. It's lightly cooked on the outside, but pink or red inside." Oh no, I didn't want raw meat. I just didn't understand the question. I felt so embarrassed. I said, "I'm sorry, I didn't know. Can I please have it cooked more?" "Of course." "Would you like it medium or well done?" the waiter asked. I said, "Well done, please." "Very cooked." He laughed kindly and took the steak back. A few minutes later it returned, brown and cooked all the way through, just how I like it. Later, I realized he was asking how I wanted my meat cooked. Rare means the meat is slightly cooked and still red inside. Medium means it's cooked more but still juicy. Well done means the meat is fully cooked and brown inside. Next, the waiter asked, "Would you like something to drink?" This time I was ready. I said, "Water, please." But then he asked, "Still or sparkling?" Again, I didn't know the difference. I just said, "Yes." He looked confused and said, "Still water it is." Later, I learned that still water is plain water and sparkling water is fizzy water with bubbles. The steak looked delicious, but I realized I didn't have a fork. I tried to get the waiter's attention, but I didn't know how to say it. I finally said. "Excuse me." "No fork." He understood and brought me one, but I felt embarrassed. That night, I decided to practice useful English phrases for restaurants. I wanted to feel more confident the next time I ordered food. Now, I want to share these phrases with you so that you don't have the same problems I had. Here are some important phrases and their meanings. Table for 1, 2, please. Meaning, you are asking for a table for one person or more. Example, table for 2, please. Can I see the menu, please? Meaning, you are asking to look at the menu. Example, can I see the menu, please? What do you recommend? Meaning, you are asking the waiter to suggest a dish. Example, what do you recommend for dinner? How do you like your meat cooked? Rare, slightly cooked, red inside. Medium, cooked more, still juicy. Well done, fully cooked. Example, I'd like my steak medium, please. Would you like something to drink? Still water, plain water. Sparkling water, fizzy water. Example, I'd like still water, please. Excuse me, can I have a fork, spoon, knife? Meaning, you are asking for a specific utensil. Example, excuse me, can I have a knife, please? Can I have the bill, please? Meaning, you are asking to pay for your meal. Example, can I have the bill, please? Learning English can be challenging, but it's also fun when you try new things like ordering food in a restaurant. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn. Practice these phrases, and soon you'll feel confident speaking English in any situation. Thank you for listening to my story, and I hope it helps you on your English learning journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories, learning tips, and vocabulary lessons. Happy learning, and see you next time.